in a family of elite combat athletes and top-tier performers. The final boss has always stood out, even when he was just a blue chipper. But there wouldn't be a final boss, there wouldn't even be a bloodline if it wasn't for The Rock's grandfather, the High Chief Peter Maivia. You can think of him as the first boss. Predecessor to the tribal chief.
He is one of, if not the foundation for our family. The Anawa'i Fatu Maivia wrestling dynasty. I don't think there's anybody more responsible for what's going on now than the High Chief himself.
Peter Maivia isn't simply one of the two principals behind the sacred blood bond. He's also an incredibly decorated professional wrestler who traveled the world and won titles everywhere he went. New Zealand, Japan, Europe, and here in the United States, where he enjoyed especially successful runs in Hawaii and California. Maivia would eventually find his way to WWE, engaging in legendary battles with the likes of superstar Billy Graham. His larger-than-life personality would win the WWE Universe over in short order, as it had throughout his entire career. In the ring, High Chief Peter Maivia was a potent blend of brawn and grappling technique, often muscling his opponents down to the mat through a variety of joint locks and then switching to more painful holds once grounded. His sleeper hold and stump puller were both feared and renowned, and make no mistake about it, Maivia knew there was always more than one path to the ultimate victory. Out of the ring, High Chief Peter Maivia also ran one of the most successful wrestling promotions on the planet, Polynesian Pro Wrestling, based out of Hawaii, showing his mastery of the business in every aspect. His induction into WWE's Hall of Fame class of 2008 was supremely deserved, forever enshrining Peter Maivia as the legend he always was. And now, we present to you the opportunity to walk in the boots of the legendary High Chief Peter Maivia, facing off against one of the most legendary WWE rivals, George the Animal Steele. You will settle this score once and forever, and showcase the overwhelming strength of Peter Maivia, which has ever since remained as a hallmark for every single solitary member of this bloodline. Steele is no easy battle, though. He thrives in the chaos, one of pro wrestling's true madmen. He'll even try to eat part of the ring if he thinks it'll help him break you down. So do your best and honor High Chief Peter Maivia properly with a resounding victory.
Uh-oh, somebody called the local zoo.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is a steel cage match. Introducing first, from Detroit, Michigan, weighing in at 275 pounds, George the Animal Steele.
I'm not even sure the cage can contain this man.
And strolling down the aisle, the opponent of George Steele, Peter Maivia.
Always a chaotic matchup.
His opponent from the Isle of Samoa, weighing in at 275 pounds, Maivia!
Steele had better keep an eye on Maivia because Maivia is a true brawler.
Few men can handle the chaos of the animal inside a steel cage, but I believe the High Chief is ready.
Maivia carrying such pride into the ring.
Very stark contrast to Steele.
We'll see which prevails tonight.
Steel cage match underway. Peter Maivia versus George the Animal Steele. Most of the matches between Peter Maivia and George Steele have ended inconclusively, but this time we'll have a winner.
These are two very different men, Cole. The High Chief is a man of great pride and respect for the ring, while Steele is, well, he's an animal. I can't think of two opponents with more opposing styles.
You said it, Corey. Let's just hope this one gets taken care of in the ring tonight.
The animal has to be elated to be in this steel cage against one of his biggest rivals, no less.
Yeah, Byron, we've seen the animal brandish a weapon against Peter Maivia. From the middle rope. Oh, what a splash! Gosh.
Attack to the midsection.
Batten down the hatches. These two are unloading.
Ooh! Nothing pretty here, just good old-fashioned fisticuffs. Looks like a hockey fight's just broken out. Boom!
Exhaustion setting in, and neither one of them is letting up.
Both absolutely drained, but both refusing to give up.
They are emptying their tanks, going back and forth like this.
What impressive determination from both competitors, keeping at each other no matter what. Elbow drop!
I don't care how much you train, you can't prepare for a commercial airliner to come crashing down on you like that. This maniac's out of control.
George Animal Steele might be a bit of an underdog here. In fact, he lost the match by countout to the High Chief.
In Steele's defense, I'm not sure he knows how to count exactly.
Firing with a straight shot there, answering back. Oh. Giving up now is not an option. They have to finish this.
Just teeing off with that fight forever vibe.
Two fighters putting their haymakers on autopilot right now. Ooh.
You can feel the contact, and so does the WWE Universe.
Ooh. Oh, man, the shot's raining down. One after another.
Looks like we know who won that exchange.
Oh, what impact.
Maivia just dominated the animal with that one.
Big head bite.
When a man like Peter Maivia signs up for a match with the animal, he doesn't know what to expect, just to expect anything in the world.
Peter Maivia knows full well that he's in for some unusual treatment tonight. In fact, Steele often has trouble finding opponents due to his erratic nature.
But when it comes to competition, the High Chief wants to prove he's worthy of that name. Peter Maivia will take on any competitor, no matter the difficulty.
Ooh, one step ahead there.
Side headlock applied. Oh, and a right hand for good measure. Running power slam.
The High Chief Peter Maivia really making a name for himself at WWE, but he's had plenty of experience on the way up.
Plenty of championships on the West Coast.
Oh, wait a second.
He calls off the pin attempt, maybe wanting to try something else. Fist drop!
The animal may be wounded prey at this point.
The High Chief closing in on a successful hunt. Oh my goodness, launched into the cage.
retaliates. Peter Maivia, very tough, but he also has movie star good looks. Quite the combo.
And it served him well, Michael. In fact, the High Chief has major acting and stunt work credits to his name. And who knows? Maybe we'll see the Maivia name on Hollywood billboards again sometime.
Well, before any of that happens, the High Chief needs to survive this war against the animal.
Stop right there and gut. Momentum is all with Maivia now.
And you can see Steele is struggling to weather the storm of the High Chief. Running power slam! Pulled back into the hip toss.
Gentlemen, we've touched on the differences between Maivia and Steele as competitors. One man based on order, the other on chaos, but it's reflected in their looks, too.
Indeed, Michael. Just look at the sculpted physique of the High Chief. And the tribal tattoos on his body are extremely intricate and definitely eye-catching.
And Steele is, well, he's an ugly creature. Enough hair on his upper torso to classify as fur. Folds in his bald head. He's like a modern-day Neanderthal.
And now going to start the climb up the cage. From the top. Oh, elbow drop. Oh, it's a piercing elbow. And he's signaling for the door.
Hey, go for the easy win. Why not?
Some folks call Peter Maivia the flying Hawaiian. And the reasons are obvious.
And George is caught.
Ooh, that might have just broken something.
Maivia can taste it now. Headbutt.
There's a headbutt.
Attacking the arm.
Great way to break down your opponent.
Steele fending him off.
Like a brick wall running into you.
George Animal Steele is not a wrestler by any stretch of the imagination, guys. He's a true brawler.
And he might be the best brawler in WWE, Michael. There is no shortage of...
He's looking for yet another exclamation mark. There's the backbreaker. No way Steele's coming back from that.
What? Unbelievable. Kick out at one.
Unbelievable. More like inhuman.
Going for the plan A. And it didn't work. He must be thinking about plan B at this point.
I don't know what more this superstar could do to put him away. Someone stop this.
That unraveled on George.
Shot block.
Here he goes, up the wall of the steel cage.
And each step up this cage takes more and more energy to accomplish.
And he's balancing on top of the cage with something dangerous in mind.
No way!
You gotta be kidding me! Maivia looking at it all here. And the High Chief defeats the animal.
Here is your winner, High Chief Peter Maivia!
Anytime these two have faced off, it's been eye for an eye. But the steel cage has finally delivered a decisive victory for the High Chief, Peter Maivia.
George Steele is one tough animal, but the way Maivia faced him in the cage tonight just reinforced what everyone already knew, that the High Chief is one tough Samoan.